Now, I know you also will look at genetic testing. What sort of genetic polymorphisms specifically are you looking at in terms of brain chemistry imbalances?
Well, so we used to do a lot more
Hmm.
of the genetic testing. I've collected so much data over the years that I don't do as much in the beginning. I do it more towards the end when their body has gotten back online and we want to start slowing the aging process down and really like optimizing their bodies. But when we do look in the beginning at genetics, some of the things that we're looking for are things like an entire series of like 15 to 20 different methylation genes. A lot of people are familiar with the MTHFR,
Hmm.
677T, and 1298C, but there are really a lot more that we like to look at for us to really get a better picture. Why do we look at the methylation genes closely? We look at those, David, because your methylation genes are like a central hub that are driving a lot of your other genetic engines and your other systemic organ systems in your body. So, in fact, your methylation genes drive over 250 different chemical reactions in your body, including the production of serotonin, including the production of dopamine, and things like that. And so we want to look at the methylation genes to see how that could not only be affecting directly the brain chemistry, but how it could be indirectly affecting the brain chemistry because it may be affecting your thyroid systems or your endocrine systems or any of those. And they all affect one another at some point. Some of the other genes that we like to look at are the MAO, the MAOA, MAOB. Those are
Hmm.
responsible for the breakdown of serotonin, not the production of it. And sometimes when those genes um, are I like to call them maybe mal-expressing. If we're not giving the body what it needs and those genes kind of get switched on to do something different than what they would normally do, it can start burning through the serotonin faster, leaving a person depleted in their serotonin. Looking at the GAD genes, the GAD, those are responsible for producing GABA. And if we have a lot of mutations in those genes, sometimes that could lead us. It's not just the gene itself. So you can have the mutation
Yeah.
in the gene and your genes could be working perfectly. But if you're under a lot of stress, if you've got unresolved trauma, unprocessed emotions, you've been sick for a long time, chances are the gene isn't working like it could or like it should. And so what we can do is we can give extra GABA to that person, because they're showing signs of low GABA, plus their genes are showing that they could potentially have low GABA, plus they're really sick and they've got this unprocessed trauma. So we're like, let's give you some GABA. Let's see how you feel. Oh, you feel better? There you go. Let's just keep you
Mm.
on some GABA for a little while as a life vest. Not forever, because honestly, what we've been able to see is that once people get better in mind, body, and spirit, those GAD genes will start working again, and they don't need to take GABA for the rest of their life. And so like those are some of the ones that we look at, and there are a few others, but you know over the years, like I said, we've done less and less of it because we find that it's not necessary for us to get the outcomes that we're looking for. And if we hit a roadblock in the person's healing process, we may come in and go, you know what? We're 4 months in. We're not seeing what we were expected. Let's go ahead and let's run this genetic test so that we can get some deeper info.
Yeah, really interesting. And yeah, for the genetics, they really are just giving a predisposition. They're showing you a predisposition. So kind of like a weak link. And if you're stressed, if you're toxic, then you're going to express those weak links, or you're more likely to. And so you're really trying to address obviously all the foundational lifestyle things. So that way somebody can express their genetic potential at their highest level.